Okay, I'm standing here by the ocean. I'm considered to make the jump. My episode 4 of Kinlaig is deleted before I render the video. Now we got Kinlaig episode 5 and we are up to over 300,000, as you probably can see in the top right corner. And that is mainly because I have sold a bunch of wood planks long and wood beams to the castle, and I'm starting to restore the castle. I could not restore my files in episode 4, unfortunately. I hope you will enjoy this episode number 5 from Kinlaig. Hello everyone and welcome back to Kinlaig here in Scotland. I am down here at the shop because I need to pick up this roller we leased the last time so we can roll our fields. That is the most important job we have to do here in March before the field's gonna germinate. And I think and I hope that the JCB can pull this roller around the fields, because the New Holland is on a contracting job, a plowing job, right over here actually. I don't know if you can see it, but it is right in front of me right now. So if we're gonna do this and this, no, there we go. It is just right there in the middle of the screen now on that big field right there. So that is a big field, but it will also give, I think it was 25,000. So that is good. I hope you all are doing very, very well. I have not read any comments from the last video because it is not out when I'm recording this. Just so you know, we got 4 fields we need to roll, and that is our wheat field, our soybean field, canola field, and our onion field. They all need to be rolled, and the 3 of the fields need to be fertilized as well. So we got a lot of stuff to do today, that's for sure. And that field into the left here, that is our wheat field, and there is also wheat growing. And I think we're gonna use a hoe for that job later on, if I remember that. You never know. Right here, this is us rolling the fields. the fields are rolled. I hope you did enjoy this cinematic. I am on my way down to the shop because I have bought myself a bunch of fish food. And also a pallet of seed treatment, so I can start to make seed for the farm and also for selling. So let's see how much money we can get out of that, because we got wheat and we got barley in the silo. Why not use it for something, right? Now we are right here. Now look how many pallets I bought. This is crazy. I got 32 pallets of fish food right here. That was expensive, but I think we can need it, right? Let's see if we can do this. We have to load it all manually, so let's do that. Let's do that. I don't know if I need the weight. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna put the weight on the back of this tractor here. So let's see if we can do this. Yeah, so there is for just around 80,000 of fish food here. That is pretty darn insane. But I think we can manage to get the money back in seeds again, I hope. We have to do something for... Let's see if I can lift 8 pallets. I doubt it, but I'm gonna try. What's the worst thing that can happen, he says. But yeah, we're gonna try indeed to make the money back again. Some nervous pallets, but I think we're good. Yeah. I hope. Don't explode now. No, come on. I think we're good. Sorry, my silence. Yeah, so I'm gonna load this up and then I will see you in a little second. I'm also gonna, load the seed treatment, of course. I have the conveyor belt up at the farm, so it is ready to try out with some... I don't know if we're gonna use the wheat or the barley. Potato, right? So, yeah, let's see that. And we're gonna make at least 1 full trailer load, maybe 2, and see if we can get... No! Yeah. That's the way it is, right? So let's see if we can make 100,000 on seeds. That should be possible, I think. I'm gonna load 4 at the time, apparently. Oh, I cannot get this. There we go. And yeah, I'm gonna see you in a little second. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna say it went wrong, but it went wrong. I don't know what happened, but when I strapped the pallets down, it just exploded. So I hope I can do something about this. Yeah, okay. That was really bad. Really bad. So Yeah, I don't know what I should say. I just want to show you that I'm not that lucky. I'm not that lucky with Kinlaig, that's for sure. Can we do this at all? Yeah. Oh, will you look at that? Almost like a pro. Oh, no. Don't say things like that, Mike. Well, I'm gonna solve this. I do enjoy it, actually. It is quite fun to see if I can make this happen at all. It will not be so pro stacked up at the trailer, that's for sure, but it will be stacked, I promise you that. Okay, 64,000 liters of fish food and 340 liters of seed treatment. We are on the way back to the farm. That is pretty good. And just so I don't get too much, like, you know, I will put this those pellets in my bale storage. I think I'm gonna fill up my little fish house first of all with fish food, but I will not. I think I told you that in episode 4, but you have not seen that. I will distribute the fish out to my aquaculture out in the ocean, so I don't have to use the boat for that. Most because... Am I losing a pallet or what? Nah, only close. Mostly because I don't want to use the crane. I don't like to use the crane, you know. And now I'm thinking about this. There's a lot of things you didn't know, you not know yet because of the... I'm just looking for my trailer. Of the missing episode. I have seeded a bunch of fields with wheat, soybean, canola and onions. I don't think you know. I think that was the last episode, the one that was deleted. And that is because I need to make my own fish food. I'm just gonna... You know what? Let me just show you that quick, so we can get that out of the way. That is also very, very irritating that it happened. But that's the way it is, right? Over here, this is a wheat field. And we got right here a soybean field. This is a soybean field. And right here we got a canola field. And over here, this is the cow pasture I plowed up. And over here, I plowed up a little bit of my own plot, my own ground, and this is an onion field. Everything is seeded and rolled, so that is really, really good. We need to fertilize the fields, but we can wait with that until next month, as long as they are rolled. And yes, I sold my seeder and I leased myself this seeder. That is a seeder that comes with this DLC, and it is a multi-fruit seeder that is pretty darn good. So you have not seen me seed onion. That was actually a part of a cinematic, but you have probably seen other people do that, I think. Yeah. And this should be the magic liquid for seed treatment. I don't know exactly. Yeah, right there. Can you see that? It will take it. Oh yeah. That is really, really, really amazing. Should I just put it right here? But then just take it? Yeah, I think. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. That is awesome. And then we got all the fish food, but we're gonna take care of that in a little bit. First of all, we're gonna try to make some seed, shall we? We have to go over here and see if that will work. So I have to go into this, right? Like that. Start it up. We got barley, wheat, but we got a wheat field on the way, so I think we're gonna take some wheat. Oh, will you look at that? Should we just check that it is seed? Yeah, we got seed, guys. That is awesome. That is really, really awesome. This will take a hot minute, so I'm gonna let you in again when we got a decent load of seeds in this trailer. Amazing. But while this is produced with the seed over there, then we can put some fish food in the production here. That should be possible, right? Yeah, it should. And as I just told you before, I'm just gonna distribute the fish out in the ocean. I cannot remember, is it 30,000 we can have in here? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is 30,000. There we go. Slow this down a little bit. And then we need to... I don't know if we're gonna fertilize the fields today. Thanks to Biggles, I have rescued my fertilizing contracts. It was also in the last episode that I have deleted. I got the fertilize once mod installed, and I need to deactivate that before the fertilizing contracts can be done. So thank you, Biggles. There is a link down in the description for Biggles channels. Biggles channel. Please go and check Mr. Biggles out. There we go. Oops. Oh, the seed production is stopped. It could be awesome if we could just get the silo to empty automatic, but yeah, that would also be too unrealistic, right? Then we need to do this and weed. There we go. Awesome stuff. I'm gonna do this, guys, and I will let you in again when we can sell some seed. Well, I have loaded all this so we can sell all the wood chips as well. Now look at that. Can we do this without doing any damage? Yes, we can. We can. That was really, really good. So we got that strapped. We can strap this and this. I think everything is strapped now. Yeah, it looks like that. So look at that. We got, I think, a full trailer load of seeds. And indeed we got. We're gonna drive down to the warehouse where we can sell all this. And we are approaching this warehouse where we can sell the seed. I am a little bit excited to see how much we're gonna get if we can reach that 100,000, not in one load of course, but maybe a couple of loads more. That could be really nice. So I think it's just in here. Yeah, it is. Right there, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Nice. Let's turn on the HUD so we can follow along. Like that. We got now 237,000. Yeah. Okay. 32,000. Okay, that is good. I'm gonna do 2 loads more with seed so we can reach that 100,000 mark. That's for sure. That's for sure. I saw a little detail over here that I do appreciate a lot. A lot of things on this map I do appreciate, but up here when we have turned and turned and turned and turned and turned, down here we got a little speed bump, and it is a little thing, but it is still a nice detail. Look at that. I think that is nice. I don't know what the animal dealer can use 32,000 liters of wood chips for, but they will buy it, and that is the most important. And the most important thing for me right now is not to tip over, of course, but the animal dealer is just up here. I've not been there before. And yes, we will have animal at some point, but not right now. We have to make this turn without tipping over. Oh, yeah. Let's see what we're gonna get here. That is not much. I know that, but it is some. I don't think it's right here that we're gonna sell, so I'm gonna strap it down again. Well, I couldn't find the trigger down at the animal dealer, but apparently here at Green Beat and Grain South, it should take the wood chips. That was a big hassle to come to this place just for a couple of $1,000. Now, I do hope this will be good. Oh boy. Now, why is that? It's not strapped down, I know that. Okay. So, I'm gonna try one thing, and then I'm gonna lose my mind if that not will work. Let me put it like that. And then I know what I'm gonna do, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we can set it like this. And that will be a no, sir. Okay. That is strange. Almost like a bug, right? Well, I know what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna do. Okay, I don't want to fight with this anymore, so I have myself a little wood chip sell point. And I'm only gonna use this sell point for wood chips. Okay, I got myself a wood chip sell point. Basically, this is a sell everything, but I'm only gonna use that for wood chips. I have sold all the wood chips. I got just around 20,000 for that, so that is done. This is load number 2 of the seed. And we have sold that for 32,000. And here we got load number 3. There we go. And that should be just around 32,000 as well. So we're up to 96,000. Almost 100,000. And this is the last little bit. Then I do not have any more seed treatment. Let's see what we're gonna get for that. We are up to 96,000 for the seed. Plus, okay, 112,000. Yeah, we earned 112,000 ish on one pallet of seed treatment, and we got 20,000 for all the wood chips. That was a good income for sure. I am satisfied with that. I must admit that I thought that this was a diesel tank, but nope, it is not a diesel tank, so we need to place one down. By the way, I'm gonna sell this silo when it is empty, because we can only have 2 crops in here, and I like the building a whole lot. I think it looks really beautiful, but I wish that this was a more ordinary silo where we got the bin there, and this could be, you know, some kind of a shed instead. But yeah, that was not possible, unfortunately, so we're gonna sell this when it is empty. Right now we're gonna see if we can find ourselves a diesel tank. I think we're just gonna go for this one here, 5,000 liters. It is plenty, I tell you. And we're gonna put it right here. Is it straight? I cannot see that. I think we're gonna put it right here. And now we can fill it up. We got 364,000 now. And I want to buy a field, but they are quite expensive here on the map. And I also want a grain mill. I don't think we're gonna build the other grain mill here on the map, because yeah, I don't know. It is, you have to buy the plot for 500,000, and I don't think it is worth it. I'm gonna build the castle, and that must be it, I think. Right here we can fill up this, and the New Holland also needs some diesel, and then I will sleep until we are in April. And we are full. Next time we're gonna buy ourselves a pressure washer, and I'm also gonna do an upgrade to the mowers, but that will be in the next episode. There we go. I'm gonna take the New Holland as well, and then I will see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. We are now in April. Look at that, year 2, and I've just loaded up those beams and planks long we have produced over the night. So that is good enough. We do not have any more fish food over there. The fish production is going so good. That is quite awesome. Actually, you know what? I think we're gonna take a visit over at our offshore fish production. I have bought myself a 36,000 piece of equipment, and that is a hoe, because we got weed in our field. Whoa. We got weed in a field, and it requires a hoe, and we also got a hoeing contract on 10,000, so we're gonna do that today. Yeah. And actually, you know what? while I remember that and the contract is here, we're just gonna take it, right? We can take that, accept contract, yeah. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do that as well. So we have covered around 50% of the cost of the whole. So that is good. And down to the shop, and then we just gonna visit the production offshore, the Aqua. I can never remember what it calls. I think it calls the aquaculture. Yeah, that is what I call it at least. There we go. Oh, I should probably have the weight with me, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we got still the header, but we need the combine. And I know what combine I want, so... Yeah, I think we are good. That is nice. So let's take a look. Let's take a visit at the production. The offshore aquaculture. Yeah. There we go. We are right here at the ocean. Yesterday I was right here and was ready to jump in the water because of my failure of the episode 4. But look at that. Look at this over here. That looks pretty darn good. And we got young salmon, we got 5,000, and we got young trout, we got 7,000. So a lot of stuff. I think it was in July we got the best price, so I think it was good that we bought all that fish food. Right here, it is us driving to a contract, field number 17. Okay. So we have to go to the right, over the bridge and to the right. Something like this. Yeah, I've set this to drive, I think it was 20 kilometers per hour, just because it is a little bit difficult to make a cinematic with 25 kilometers per hour. There we go. We got ABO. There we go, field number 17. We're gonna do that contract, and then I will see you when I am done. Oh well, the contracts are done. Let's collect the money, shall we? We got here completed 9,800 and then we got 4,400. So that is okay. That is okay. Now it is the wheat field that we need to deal with. We got some wheat over here and we should be able to drive with a hoe. I'm not used to use a hoe, so let's see that. It is actually Farmer Murphy that has introduced me to use a hoe on the wheat field. I think it was just when you have seeded the field and then when you got small and medium wheat. So if we're gonna go out here, it says hoe. Yeah. So we should be able to do this. And will you look at that? That is really good. I'm not a newbie, guys, but I am a newbie to this. This episode here has been a mess because, and I want to apologize a little bit for that, because I have really been a little bit confused, and I've also been mad at myself that I have deleted a complete episode I have edited but not have rendered yet. So yeah, this should be public on Tuesday the 11th November, episode 4, but this one here is recorded the 10th of November, so I think that will be public on Wednesday the 12th. So yeah, that was a little bit strange. I cannot remember that I have tried to delete a complete episode like that before. I don't know what I don't know what has happened right there, I must admit that. But yeah, that's the way it is, right? Yeah. Sometimes you just mess up, you know? Sometimes you just mess up. This works really, really good. I think this is a good addition to the farm that we have bought this hoe here, that's for sure. I'm gonna use a hoe a lot more, because once you have bought it, then you don't have to pay for herbicide. That is pretty darn nice. I like that idea that you don't have to use poison in your fields. That is a very good idea. Yeah, this is nice. That was the first headland. That was the first headland, and this was the last word from me in this episode. Episode number not 4 but number 5 here from Kinlaig in Scotland. Thank you so much for watching. Next time this field is done, and then we're gonna maybe buy some new things for the farm. You never know. You never know. Take care of yourself and be safe. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it a lot. Bye bye.